Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with his Quad counterparts, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, Japan's Takeshi Iwaya and Australia's Penny Wong at the US Department of State. The grouping, which has been around for more than 15 years now, is seen as a major strategy of the four democracies to counter China's growing assertiveness and vast territorial claims in the region. This includes all of the strategically important South China Sea and the democratic self-governing island of Taiwan. The foreign ministers were in Washington to attend President Donald Trump's inauguration. In a joint statement after the meeting in Washington, D.C., the Quad foreign ministers said they strongly oppose any unilateral actions that seek to change the status quo by force or coercion. They said in the statement that they are preparing for the next round of Quad leaders summits hosted by India. Rubio also separately met the three foreign ministers, starting with Jaishankar. In a post on social media later, Jaishankar said that he and Rubio reviewed the US and India's extensive bilateral partnership, and they also exchanged views on a wide range of regional and global issues. Jaishankar also met with the US National Security Advisor Mike Waltz at the White House, and he discussed strengthening the friendship to ensure mutual benefit and enhance global stability and prosperity. Our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Sinan Sibal, joins us from New Delhi on the broadcast. Well, Sinan, good to see you this morning. Obviously, lots of meetings happening for Donald Trump with some of his key allies from a global perspective. Give us a sense of what he's been discussing with Jaishankar and also potentially what the other Quad leaders are thinking at this stage of his new presidency.
Well, significant Quad foreign ministers meeting on day one of Marco Rubio's day at the US State Department. In fact, immediately after he, of course, took charge and met the State Department officials, the first engagement was the Quad foreign ministers meeting. That shows how the Trump administration is committed to this grouping. In fact, Quad was revived under the Trump administration's first term way back in 2017 when the Quad leaders met on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Manila, and then we saw the momentum foreign ministers level, and the summit level engagement started under the Biden administration, but successive administrations in the United States are taking an upward position on the Quad grouping. And from the joint statement, of course, the big outcome for India was that the Quad leaders said that they are in touch with each other when it comes to the India hosting the Quad summit. Of course, the second engagement and first bilateral was with the Indian Foreign Minister, the Indian External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar. And essentially that shows the engagement between the new administration in Washington with the Indian government. We know that previous administration has termed India-US relationship as the most consequential relationship of this century. But all in all, when it comes to the key engagement, if you look at the readouts, the focus was on for areas like Indo-Pacific, semiconductors, high technology, but also on the issue of migrants. That is something that was mentioned in the US readout, coming in the backdrop of the stance taken by the Trump administration on the issue of migrants, especially illegal migrants.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out over the coming weeks and months. Sinan Sibal, our correspondent, joining us live there from New Delhi.